Hello and welcome to Millie's Mystic Musings. Today I thought we'd talk about specifically yin and yang, opposing forces within the universe that are actually, in theory, one whole and just two sides of one coin, a continuous cycle. I think we have a tendency to see things as one or the other, good or evil, light or dark. But if you delve into the belief systems of particularly the Eastern philosophies, they believe that all is one. So within, for example, the yin, which is the female energy, and the yang, which is the male energy, there is a continuum. So you may at some point be more oriented towards the yang energy, which means that it's a faster, more solid energy. It has a lot of fire in it. It's got movement. Whereas at other times you may be more towards the yin energy or the female energy, which is a still energy, which is a cool energy, which is a sedate energy. But then there may be times where you fluctuate between both in your own life. There may be times where you feel like you're a little stuck in one and you have to explore the other in order to shift that. So basically the principle of it is that they're not poles apart, they're one of the same. And if you look into, for example, Carl Jung, well, he actually delved into spirituality, but also he's better known for his psychology levels, such as exploring their shadow, which means looking into what you would describe the darker side of a person's personality, which is underneath the consciousness, it's in the subconsciousness. But he also promotes the idea of all is one, in the sense of all these aspects of us, even the ones that we don't recognize, are part of us. And he very much advocated the idea that you have to delve in to the shadow or the darker side, delve in and get to know it, become familiar with it. And it's only then that you can become a whole person, because you know you have an awareness of all sides of yourself, which I think is very interesting. And again, returns back to this sense of all aspects are one, like there's no polar opposites. It's all part of one. And I think it's important to reflect on that, especially I think when you're going through a challenging time in your life and you kind of feel like, well, this is it, I'm stuck. Again, if you go back to what we touched on last time, and that is the Hermetic principles, they very much talk about the cycle of life and very much talk about the fact that for every shift in one direction, there will be a shift towards the other direction. So if you find yourself sitting in a dark space, they would say, okay, this is where you're at the moment, but believe and have faith that this will change, this will alter, this will shift and move towards the light. So, and the same applies if you're sitting in a situation of light and what you would see perhaps as positive experience in life. You need to have that awareness that this is finite, it will change, and you will at some time move towards a darker space. If you think about the universal sign of infinity, like it's like a figure eight on its side, and it's a continual flow one way and the other and the other and the other. And that does go on to principles of cyclic energy, and that there is no, as I said, there is no beginning and end. And that moves on to the idea of karma, because what you put out there returns, comes back, returns, and have an awareness of that. That's more to do with Buddhism, more to do with an Eastern philosophy on things. The Tao Te Ching is very interesting if you want to explore that. And I guess what we're taking from this is this idea that, sit with things. There are beliefs and philosophies out there that say change is the only thing that you can pretty much rely on. And I think it makes us perhaps more appreciative when things are going well, and perhaps a little bit more resilient and a little bit more willing to sit in a darker space, because also that will come to an end. So, thank you for listening again today. I look forward to continuing on with my muses. And these are just my musings. But if you're enjoying it, come along again. And I look forward to sharing in our next podcast. Bye for now.